So, Planet Eclipse Etek 5. I don't have one here on hand with me at the moment. However, if you look at some of the footage from the Acres 3 man that I put up, you will see in those videos I am shooting an Etek 5. It is my friend Caleb's Etek 5. Great, solid performer. Really, they are great. Um, I do have an Ego 5 from 2005. Thing still works like a dream, but it is starting to show its age. I mean, it is going on 13 years old. Um, it's going to be time soon to put it up on the wall, and it will most likely be getting replaced with an Etek 5. Simple as that. The Etek 5 has come out and blown the doors, for lack of a better term, blown the doors off of any Etek, off of any of its predecessors. It's absolutely blown them out of the water. Never has an Etek been as good as an Etek 5. Never. Um, and I mean, what you can get them for now, used, and I mean, they are out there. They are out there. You can get that used, even with an OLED board, 400, and that's possibly even with gear. That's possibly even with a loader and a tank, $400. If you're looking really hard on eBay, dude, you can't really get much better than that. And then it's you're a Milsim guy or you want to mount a camera on it or whatever on a rail system. Planet Eclipse has the whole kit. You just slap it on there with a few bolts, you're done. And you just turned your Etek 5 into a badass looking Milsim gun. And it's still an Etek 5 internally. Still has all the performance and everything of an Etek 5. Awesome gun. Now, granted, in the tournament that you see me shooting it in, it had its limitations. We were playing in Kansas City. The temperatures were drastically changing all day. The tournament they had us playing in, they had the speed limited to 275. With the paint we were shooting, the barrels on the guns that we were shooting, the fluctuations we were having, I was having to chrono down into the 260s to make sure I wasn't getting any penalties when we walked onto the field. That really limited some of my play, especially when you'll see I was trying to shoot out Snake from back center. Now, to compound that, my Snake side player, who was also shooting an Etek 5, instead of paying attention and listening to what we had told her at the beginning of the day, when we would drop our guy in Dorito's side, she knew she was supposed to be, maintaining internal pressure towards the W, towards the Dorito side, and I would take care of her tape. I would take care of Snake's side. I was in back center. It was easy for me to put paint into Snake. Not a problem. And where she was in her little bunker, they would have had to run all the way down Snake in behind her to be able to shoot her. There was no possible way they were going to do that with me looking that way. However, she did not look inside. She continued to look straight down Snake, and rather than sit there and actually walk the trigger and throw a ton of paint that direction, she was one balling. Which left me to try to combat Dorito side most of the time, especially when we were on the away side of the field. Left me to try to combat Dorito side left-handed from a very small bunker. I mean, we watched the video. I couldn't get any deeper into that bunker. Not even possible. Without her pressuring them, she would have had a perfect shot to pressure them. Would have easily been able to angle them out long before they would have got a shot on me. Without her there doing that, they easily wrapped the W or came down to Rio's side, clipped me out in my pack, and clipped her out. That is how a lot of the games ended. That is, even though we were shooting Etek 5s, which are really solid performers, uh, didn't end up the way we wanted it to. Wouldn't blame that on the guns. Etek 5s, they all performed perfectly. You will see if you watch the videos in one game. Not entirely sure what happened because I had installed a fresh battery the night before. I don't know if the gun got left on or what. However, my battery died mid-game, and I had the entire other team dominated if I would have had a working gun. I myself would have taken out, most likely, would have taken out all three players on the other team if I'd had a working gun. But because of some weird battery anomaly, again, don't know if that was user error, don't know if that was the gun's fault, not sure what happened. But it happened. At the same time, yeah, Etek 5. You're getting a hard case, you're getting a two-piece barrel, you're getting a gun that for that even though people really don't like to admit it, and I'm sure Planet Eclipse themselves really doesn't like to admit it, you're getting a dumbed down version of an LV1. Yeah, you don't have the lever valve or whatever. Okay, so it doesn't shoot quite as smooth and it's not as quiet. And the hose, the airline system's a little different. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of the AT pipe. Cool idea, Planet Eclipse, but all it really does for me is, okay, well, now how exactly do I hold my foregrip? Do I try to squeeze all my fingers up above that? Do I do like a 2-and-2 deal? Do I not even wrap around the foregrip at all? Like, that just confuses me. Whereas with the Etek 5 or the G-Tech, with that simple streamlined straight hose, or even the Etha 2 now, being hoseless, the AT pipe is honestly not something I really fell in love with. But all that aside, Planet Eclipse, you're really, I would say Planet Eclipse is the front runner right now. Period. Front runner of paintball products, paintball guns, pads. Um, Granted, they don't have a loader out, but jerseys, pants. Planet Eclipse is an absolute boss right now. Um, they're even at the point where they've been doing it for a while. They've had the 50 cal conversion kits for the Egos, for the Eteks. The Etek 5 is the main one they have out right now. But now they're releasing an entire 50 cal Etha 2. Like, I was stuck. I didn't really want an Etha 2 because I have a G-Tech. Don't really necessarily need an Etha 2. And then they're like, oh, by the way, we're making a 50 cal version of it. Thank you. You just completely solved my dilemma. I have a ton of 50 cal kids, 10, 11, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, that, yeah, they come out and play 50 cal. They love playing 50 cal. I'm not a huge fan of it because, you know, they don't necessarily understand the 50 cal doesn't really fly as far as the 68, so they kind of, for the first couple games they're playing, they just sit at either end of the field and lob paint at each other. But once they get the hang of it, dude, they hop right in it just as much as anybody else. And it would be really fun for me to have something like an Etha 2 to be able to run out there and, not only be like, hey, if you get more interested and you actually want to play 50 cal, for a while more, you can get this really good performing gun. And if you do step up to 68, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to just order like a 68 caliber bolt and pull the rest of the conversion kit out of the gun. I mean, it's autococker threaded, so you should be able to throw any 68 caliber autococker threaded barrel on there once you pull the barrel insert out. Pull the feed neck insert out, you should be able to put any regular hopper on there. And as long as you had a 68 caliber bolt, you should be able to screw that in just like you would the 50 caliber bolt. And you'd be able, even if you want to stick with 50 cal till you're 15, 16, whatever, and then finally step up to the 68, boom, saying you can use the same gun. Planet Eclipse is where it's at right now.